push forward. You can't be afraid to not push forward, because like I said in the beginning, we will bounce back. We are a resilient nation. We will bounce back from this. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and this is Be More Fabulous with Erin, a community for all of my entrepreneurs, girl bosses, mamas with side hustles, and my creatives. We are all about living our life with passion and living our life on purpose. And for today's video, we're going to definitely dive in for all of my entrepreneurs and all of my people who are just starting a business or just launched a business during these times. As you guys all know, we are dealing with this global pandemic that has really stopped us in our tracks. I mean, honestly, it just stopped us where we are. And that's with everything. That's with business, that's with our families, that's economically. Our whole lives have just kind of stopped in a sense. And so for entrepreneurs, it has been quite a challenge with running a business, especially if you had just started a business or you were about to launch a business. This could be an extremely difficult time. So I wanted to kind of come and share my experience and give you guys just some tips and tricks for starting, running, or launching a business in these times. Now, if you watched my intro video, you know that I recently launched a e-commerce store for like statement apparel, t-shirts, workout gear, all that good stuff. And I launched that about a month ago, literally right in the thick of the stay-at-home orders, the states closing. It was insane. After I launched, I got so many questions from friends, family, strangers, kind of just asking me why I decided to still go forward with my launch, why I started the business, how I am running the business still. And I just thought this would be a great topic to kind of touch on. So I will say that I didn't just decide while in quarantine to start this business. Like, this is something that I had been working on for months leading up to this. And I just felt like I didn't want to push it back. I wanted to push forward and try to make the most out of the situation we were in, because I had just done so much work on the product and the website, and I just put so much out that I wanted to just go ahead and push forward. I felt like this is not going to be our lives forever. We are resilient. We will bounce back. We always bounce back. And I wanted to just send that positive message by moving forward with my business. I did want to share these tips and tricks with you guys. And we'll just go ahead and dive right in. Tip number one is to be confident. You have to be so confident in your business, so confident in your brand, so confident in your message that you want to put out in order to really make an impact at a time like this. For me, like I said, I was confident in what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to do. I had it down pat. I knew that I could sell. Even in this time, I could make it happen. It has been a struggle, I will say that, but it's happening because I was confident enough to just push forward, confident enough to just go ahead and do it. You need to be confident in what you're doing. You need to be confident in your business, your brand. You need to be confident in the message. You need to be confident in knowing where you're going to add value. And then you can definitely push forward. But number one is to be confident. And that means unapologetic about it. Push out your marketing, introduce your business, do your launch, do all of the things you would do if things were normally running. Because that just shows confidence. That shows that you're about your business, you know what your business is going to do, and you are confident that your business will succeed. Push it out. Be confident. Tip number two is to make sure you have all of your legal stuff down pat. This is going to be so important. So if you have not launched already, if you have not started, work on that. Make sure you have all of your legal stuff down. Meet with your lawyer, have them go over everything from your contracts to your marketing to the things you're putting out on your social medias. Have them look over everything. Just make sure that you are in a good place legally, that you're not breaking any rules, saying things that you shouldn't be saying. There's a lot of like little things that are going on with this COVID-19 that are things that you need to make sure you have intact legally, you know? So one of these things, I would definitely make sure you have insurance. Insurance is going to be so important if you're doing any service-based business. So if you're about to launch, you're about to open, you're about to start booking clients, you may have some clients already. Make sure that you have insurance. It's going to be so important to cover your behinds in times like this when we really don't know what's happening. So in addition to the e-commerce store, I also run a wedding and event planning company, and insurance is a thing. Let me tell you. So many clients have to cancel and reschedule, and insurance is a big deal. So it'll help in covering any expenses on things that you put out, anything like that. You just want to make sure that you have the insurance to back you up. And again, you just want to make sure you have your lawyer looking over your contracts, looking over everything before you start, before you put them out. Have your lawyer look over everything. And again, that's down to your social media post. If it has to do with COVID-19, make sure you have a lawyer look over it and make sure that it is okay to put that message out. That is going to be so important. There are a lot of little things that people don't know that you need to have. Like for the e-commerce store, I had to put a banner up about COVID-19, just kind of telling people that you may expect or may experience delays, but that we are still shipping out. Things are still, we just had to have that little banner, which is something I didn't know. So definitely talk to someone and sit down and talk to someone before you even push your material out. Number 3, and kind of piggybacking off of that, you want to be well versed in the guidelines for COVID-19 that are impacting your area. You want to make sure you know what you can and cannot do. So read up on the guidelines, read up on what is closed, what is considered essential for where you are. Because like I'm in Maryland and right now our state is closed. Things are closed if they are not essential. But over like Midwest, I know some certain things are still open. I know they're talking about starting to open up things again. You just want to make sure that you're versed on what you legally can do so that you're not making promises, making arrangements, making anything like that when you legally cannot. Tip number 4 would be to update your FAQs. Now, you can make a separate FAQ dealing with COVID-19, which is what I did. I just made like a special circumstance FAQ, and then still have your regular FAQs. But you definitely want to do this before you launch, before you got your website up and running. Add this section on there so people already know what to expect. Let them know what you're doing in these times, how you're doing it, how it's going to impact your business, what normally would happen. That is so important to let people know that you have a plan. And that goes back to tip number 1 with being confident. If you are confident in what you're doing, if you have a plan for your business, that means you have a plan for your clients and customers. Your FAQs could be just simple things like your return policies, or they may be adjusted during this time. Contract signings may be adjusted during this time. Even your hours may be adjusted during this time, how they can reach you, things like that. And it's important to just have that out front. They don't have to go searching for it. They know this is what to expect now. And that's going to be really important also with a new business, because they don't know what to expect from you already. They have no clue who you are, and you want them to be confident in working with them and confident buying from them. This you can post on your website. You can also put a post out on your social media, just a quick, hey, these are updated FAQs. If anybody was wondering, this is what we're doing to protect ourselves and our business. So important to have that FAQ so everyone is on the same page. Tip number 5 is important, and it deals with marketing. Tip number 5 would be to spend the extra time on your content, on your marketing, on making that connection with your customers and clients. We have all of this extra time. People are home, people are scrolling on their phones, they're just doing nothing. This is the time to really make that connection with your customers and your clients, especially if you're a new business or just launched. You want to make your impact felt. With all this extra time, you have the time to really put out the content that's needed. You can really hit hard and attract your clients and your customers because we have the time and they have the time. They are literally looking for something to do. And then I'm just going to piggyback off of this because these are all marketing tips. So when it does come to marketing and you are pushing out more things, I think it's important to not be too pushy at a time like this. You want to be sensitive to the time that we are in. So you don't want to bombard. You don't want to attack. You want it to be very tasteful, very tactful. Another tip, what I would say, would be to connect to emotions. Now, people are stressed. They don't know what's going on. we're bored out of our minds. There's just, you want to connect to people's emotions when selling anything. And that's either you're selling yourself, if you're selling your ebook, your content, if you're actually selling at a store, an e-commerce store, you want to connect to emotion. So what I mean by that is, if you're selling a candle, you don't want to say, hey, come get our candle. It's great. It smells great. No, you want to connect to the emotion. So you want to say, come buy our warm apple pie candle. It smells just like mom's fresh pie. You know, something you want to make people like nostalgic. You want to make people say, oh yeah, let's remember a better time. You know, you just want to connect to emotions. These are tips that I had to put in place for the e-commerce store. And it was hard for me to figure out how I was going to market successfully, and making these few shifts really helped. I know that connecting to emotions was a huge one for me. I took our little t-shirts or what we had, and I truly had to connect to people's emotions. I had to make them feel, you know, why they needed, you know, our stuff. And that was hard for us, but it definitely helped. And I noticed that by doing these few tips, it definitely shifted our whole sales. In the beginning, it was pretty slow. As we started getting closer and closer to the next few weeks, they got bigger, sales started to pick up for sure. So sub tip number 2, as far as marketing, is an oldie, but it's a goodie. You want to solve a problem. This is going to be so important right now as a new company just starting out, as a new business just starting. No one really knows you. So no one's going to go to your store, your shop, buy your ebook, or, you know, give you or patron your business when they already have people that they work with, businesses that they work with, that they go to constantly. And that's just because people are going to be much tighter with their money right now. It's going to be more difficult for people to spend money where they haven't before, especially with a company that's brand new. So you want to make sure that whatever you are doing is solving a problem. So if you have that ebook, don't just say, I have an ebook, solve a problem. You know, are money woes getting you down at this time? Read my ebook on 10 tips to save money during COVID-19. Like you want to solve a problem, because no one knows who you are. So you don't have that brand association, that brand recognition. So you want to be able to market to people by solving a problem. Huge thing that has helped immensely with our e-commerce store. It was hard to kind of figure out how I was going to solve a problem with just my t-shirts and things like that. I know we do have a COVID-19 line, and that has been our top seller. They're just t-shirts that have sayings to deal with COVID-19, inspirational, uplifting things. That has for sure been our #1 seller. And I don't know if it necessarily solves a problem, but it definitely kind of does both. It taps into that emotion, and it does solve a problem as far as they are statement thing. So it's like wash your hands, like a friendly reminder. Another marketing tip would be to introduce something new. Every time you post, you push out any marketing, especially now that you're just starting. You don't want to bombard people with the same t-shirt 5 times in a row, you know, the same candle. You want to be different. Even if you're selling apparel, like you want to put a t-shirt out, the next time put your yoga pants out. The next time you want to introduce something new. If you don't have a physical item that you're selling, something physical, if it's a service, you want to hit something new every time you post. Our service can help with X, Y, and Z. The next post would be, our service does X, Y. You want something to be new and fresh every time you put it out. Again, because no one knows who you are, you need to constantly be telling them who you are, what you do, what you have, and it needs to be fresh and exciting every single time. These are marketing tips that have extremely shifted our sales with the e-commerce store. We started out in the beginning. I had just started. I, of course, targeted my friends and family, but I didn't know how to exactly market at this time. Once I put in these tips and tricks and kind of changed how I looked at it from an emotional standpoint, I was targeting the right people. I was able to solve a problem. It just completely made a shift in sales. So you want to remember that, especially like I said, because no one knows who you are. Tip number 6 would be to detach your personal emotional feelings about COVID-19 from your business. Because again, you are just starting out. People don't know who you are. They don't know your business. They don't know your brand, and they don't know what you stand for yet. So you want to be very careful when putting out any material that's going to speak one way or the other about the situation. We are not doctors. We do not know what's going on. No one for sure knows what's going on. So you don't want to put any messaging out behind your business that will offend or hurt anyone. Some people have not been affected at all by the situation, but people have lost family members. People have lost their lives. People are out of work. You just want to be sensitive when putting information out. I saw one e-commerce store that had all of this stuff out about how COVID-19 is a conspiracy and all that. And it's just a huge mistake to do, because there are people who are truly hurting. And again, that is even more so because you are just now starting out. If you are a brand that has a bigger brand and you feel confident speaking on situations because that is what you do and your community knows that that's what you do, that's one thing. You do not have a voice yet, so you want to make sure that your messaging does not offend or hurt. I'm not saying you have to not post anything about it, because of course you can. Just to let people know that you are aware of what's going on, that you're not oblivious to it, and that you empathize and understand. You can definitely put that kind of information out there. Seventh and final tip is to make sure that your business, your service, your brand, your side project, anything you're doing at these times is making an impact. You need to be adding value. Now, for some people, they're not sure what that means. Their business may not make an impact. You may think your candle shop doesn't make an impact. You may think your candle shop does not add value, but it does. Adding value can be something as small as making people happy during these times, making people smile during these times. Your candles may make people smile. They may make people happy. That is adding value. And to add an impact, we want to be doing our part to make an impact. If you are going to be confident enough to start a business, start a project, put anything out there right now, anything you do should be making an impact. You should be giving back. You should be helping to make the greater good out of all of this. Now, I know you're probably thinking, how can I give back? I just started a business. Small things. E-commerce store, we did free shipping on our COVID-19. Something so small. But that was a little way of helping give back. I did a wedding and event planning. I've been offering free wedding services to people. Just small things. That was easier to do because that's an established business. I understand that when you're just starting out, it's hard to make an impact, but there are definitely ways that you can. As small as free shipping, as small as offering a slight discount, posting positive messages, hosting a daily live webinar where you're giving small snippets of your business away for free. Just small things that are helping to uplift. I've seen this a lot with yoga instructors. Your ability to make an impact right now through this type of situation will make your business last. It's going to make you stand out. It's going to make people really take note that you are a business owner who has values. You're a business owner who really wants to make an impact and not just sell. So adding impact is going to be so important, to add your impact, add your value with your business at a time like this. And they are my 7 tips for starting, launching, running a brand new business during these times. I know it's scary. I know these times are scary. What's going on is just a complete uncertain situation. But if you have something that you want to do, if you have a passion, that's what our community is about here. Living our life with passion and living on purpose. If you have something you want to do, if you have a dream or something that you want to do, and you've already started putting the pieces on the building block, push forward. You can't be afraid to not push forward, because like I said in the beginning, we will bounce back. We are a resilient nation. We will bounce back from this. So put your stuff out there, push forward. And they are my 7 tips for starting, launching, running a brand new business during these times. I know it's scary. I know these times are scary. What's going on is just a complete uncertain situation. But if you have something that you want to do, if you have a passion, that's what our community is about here. Living our life with passion and living on purpose. If you have something you want to do, if you have a dream or something that you want to do, and you've already started putting the pieces on the building block, push forward. You can't be afraid to not push forward, because like I said in the beginning, we will bounce back. We are a resilient nation. We will bounce back from this. So put your stuff out there, push forward, put your business out there, do what you want to do, create what you want to create. It's so important that we continue to treat life as if nothing has changed. That will help us build our economy. That will help us build our morale as a nation. Like, put your stuff out there, or put your business out there, do what you want to do, create what you want to create. It's so important that we continue to treat life as if nothing has changed. That will help us build our economy. That will help us build our morale as a nation. Like, put your stuff out there. I hope that these tips and tricks help you guys. If you have any other questions, you can email me directly. My information is all in my bio. I would love to answer anything. Definitely leave a comment. I'll answer any questions in your comments. I'll be able to point you in any direction as far as lawyer help during these times. I'll share my FAQs with you guys. If you have anything like that, I definitely want to help you guys to push forward and follow your dreams, follow your passions. I will see you guys next time, and I definitely hope that this video helped you guys. Like and subscribe, join my fabulous family, and I will see you guys later.